I still remember the exact moment my world split in two. It wasn't a fight, a shouting match, or even a breakup text. No, it was much worse. I was standing in the middle of our friend's living room, holding a drink I hadn't even tasted, while she, my wife, leaned into a group of our friends, laughing louder than I'd ever heard, poking fun at me. "Wow, Wasim, you really can't handle this, huh?" she said, her voice dripping with amusement, as if she were performing on stage. I froze. My face burned. My stomach turned. Laughter erupted around us. Not just awkward chuckles. Genuine amusement at my expense. I wanted to disappear. At that moment, every small suspicion I'd ignored, the missed calls, the abrupt tone in her texts, the way she'd suddenly become secretive about her phone, flashed in my mind. I blamed myself for being paranoid, for reading too much into her mood swings. Maybe I was too clingy, too insecure. That's what I told myself. Until that evening, when the whole room confirmed my worst fears without saying a word. The signs had been there for months. She'd leave the room to charge her phone, only to come back with a smirk she couldn't hide. She started taking longer showers, sometimes texting with a laugh I'd never heard. Little excuses, just a friend, it's work. But her eyes avoided mine every time she said it. And I, foolishly, want to believe her. I spent nights lying awake, replaying moments in my head. That one time she stayed late at the gym? Innocent. That sudden business trip last month? Probably real. But there was a shift I couldn't shake off. I started noticing the little things. Faint perfume that wasn't hers, a screenshot left open on her tablet, whispers of conversation that stopped when I walked in. Then came the accidental discovery. I had borrowed her laptop one night because mine had died. She wasn't supposed to know, but curiosity got the better of me. I clicked on her email just to check a message. And there it was, a string of texts between her and someone I barely knew, full of laughter, plans, and words I never thought she'd use for anyone but me. Words like miss you and can't wait, and the one that pierced my heart the most, you make me feel alive. I sat there, shaking, reading and rereading, hoping I was imagining it. But the messages were real. Every joke, every playful tease, every secret smile, it had been for someone else. For months, she'd been living a double life while I convinced myself I was being dramatic. I confronted her the next morning, not in front of anyone, not with accusations. I just asked quietly, "Is this true?" Her face faltered. She tried to explain, to justify it, to make it seem like it was just a phase, or that she was unhappy and I didn't notice. But her words fell flat. The laughter, the sneers at the party, the way she had humiliated me in front of our friends, they all made sense now. I felt broken, but beneath that pain, a spark of something else started to grow. Anger, yes, but also clarity. I realized I had two choices: beg, plead, and try to salvage something that had already been poisoned, or walk away with my head held high. I chose the latter. At first, it was unbearable. The apartment felt empty even when she was there. I replayed memories, the holidays, the quiet mornings, the late-night talks, and they all stung like lies. But I refused to let her see me crumble. I started saying yes to things I wanted, not what she approved. I worked out. I reconnected with friends I neglected. I even went on solo trips just to remind myself that my life didn't revolve around her approval. The turning point came unexpectedly. She tried to pull me back, with apologies, tears, promises. But I stayed calm, collected. I wasn't cold. I was finally free. And in that freedom, I felt something I hadn't in years: power. Not the kind that hurts others, but the kind that makes you remember your worth. A week later, she looked at me across the room, hoping to provoke jealousy or guilt. Instead, I smiled. Not the forced smile I used to give her when I needed her approval, but a real one, quiet, confident, unshakable. And in that moment, I knew she finally understood. She had humiliated me, tried to break me in front of everyone, but I had shown her something far more powerful: the strength of being whole on your own. I never shouted. I never threw tantrums. I just walked out feeling lighter than I had in years. The betrayal still burns sometimes, and memories still sting, but they no longer control me. I learned the hardest lesson in the most humiliating way. Self-respect isn't given, it's reclaimed. And once it's yours, no one can take it away.